Hello my love, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you had some time to look around my channel, I think you already noticed that tarot is a very important tool for me, both personally and professionally. So I thought that it would be a good idea to start a tarot one-on-one series here in the channel, sharing some content that would be helpful for those of you that are just starting your tarot journey. Or maybe you have started your journey like months ago or even years ago, but if you're stuck, I think that maybe it would be interesting to share some kind of knowledge with you, wisdom with you, and maybe that is going to be helpful. I hope that is going to be helpful. So I was born in a very spiritual family, and I grew up around tarot decks and Lenormand and playing cards. And I would have people doing readings for me throughout my life. But I would never be interested in studying tarot and doing readings myself until 2015. So I started studying tarot and using this tool personally and professionally back in 2015. I started sharing content about tarot, I think in 2016, 2017. And for this past 10 years, I've seen people having questions about tarot and thinking about my own journey. I would like to share with you 3 tips, and they are just tips, so you take the ones that resonate with you and just leave the rest behind, right? So the first tip that I have, and I have been sharing this tip since the beginning, is about your first tarot deck. And of course you can have any tarot deck you want, but now I'm sharing the tip that I have. My tip would be start with a Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, right? This one here was my very first Rider-Waite-Smith. I bought this one back in 2015. It is the Universal Weight Tarot deck published by US Games. That's important. Don't wait until somebody gives you a deck. You go out there and you buy a deck. Well, I wanted to start with the traditional. So I thought, oh, I'm going to start with the Tarot de Marseille. I went out there, I bought a deck, and I saw my practice stuck because of the minors. So I thought, well, like a typical tarot snob, I was like, oh, maybe I'll give the Rider-Waite-Smith a try then. Best thing I've ever done in my life. I love this deck. I really, really love this deck. It's a very clear deck. And the most important thing, we do have the 22 major arcana, so you can see here they are illustrated. But what is important about this deck, in my opinion, is that the minors are illustrated as well, unlike the Tarot de Marseille, right? They're illustrated here. So you can understand the deck out of the box. It's fantastic. Now, you can have the Tarot of Cats, Tarot of Angels, any tarot you want, but I strongly recommend you to have one of these like the Rider-Waite OG. You are going to have different colors and stuff like that, but I strongly recommend. This one is my favorite, and I like the Centennial as well. What happens is that the majority of decks out there, they are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. So if you're able to read this one, you'll be able to read tons of decks that are in the market. And another thing, because it is the most popular one, you are going to find tons of material out there to study. Okay, so my first tip is have one of these little girls. Sometimes, of course, when you buy, you may say, oh, it's not the most beautiful artwork, maybe I don't love that, even though I love this artwork now. I learned to love this deck and have respect for this deck that allowed so many people to learn tarot and bring this amazing tool to their lives, right? This one is my first tip then. The second one is, sometimes we buy our deck and we rush to find a book, to find videos, to find content about meanings. We want to learn meanings. And tarot is a system. So it's more interesting to learn the system instead of trying to memorize meanings. But what I recommend you to do before reading a book, before going through the little white book, this one comes with the universal deck that I just showed you. It has the meanings. I would say, don't open this. Don't do that. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go through the 78 cards and write down on a journal your feelings, your ideas, the symbols that are catching your attention. That's the first thing you should do. Because once, especially when you are beginners, once we start like listening to something here, reading something there, it may block your intuition. It may block your own inner wisdom to manifest itself in the cards. So to say, do that as the first thing. Now, once you finish doing that, it should not take that long, because I would not say write a full page. No, 1 line, 2 lines. Just reflect about those cards. That's what I would tell you. Then you're going to start studying. Reading books, reading the little white book, you can watch videos, you can read blogs, because it's very important to hear other people talking about tarot in many aspects, because they are bringing their life experience as well to their practice, and that is going to add to our own practice. I love to hear what other people have to say about meanings, and it's something that really helps us to, to make our vision around tarot a little more wide, a little wider or deeper. Now, the final tip, the third tip is, okay, people come to me and they ask me, Rachel, how can I become a better tarot reader? You will only become a better tarot reader by doing readings, by performing your readings, right? Now, yes, that's important. Practice, practice, practice. But what is important that I want to tell you is, avoid doing too many readings for yourself. In any subject, but especially on those big issues, those things that are really, I don't know, you are in love with somebody and you keep doing readings over and over again about that, and something is really going through your mind, you can't stop thinking about that issue, that problem, whatever, and you keep doing readings around that. The way that I approach tarot, which I call reflective tarot, I'm going to share with you in another video what is that, what is the idea behind that. But many people, they just give up tarot altogether because of this, because of doing way too many readings for themselves in the same subject. Why? Because they start feeling like, oh, tarot doesn't work. They start feeling overwhelmed. They start thinking that tarot is addictive. Well, no, it's just you giving away your power, right? And I would not recommend doing that at all. Okay, Rachel, so how can I practice? You can practice with friends, with family, letting them know that you are learning. You're not going to go out there giving readings to the most judgmental person in your circle. Don't do that, right? And something that I didn't have back then when I started, that we have now, is something called AI. Now, I know that AI is super controversial. I'm not telling you to ask AI to give you readings. I would say 100% don't do that. Don't do that, because that is totally going to block your ability to develop your own reading style and your own skills. Don't do that. But you can go to the AI and give them a comment to saying like this, okay, I am learning tarot and I would like you to create 10 questions that real clients usually bring to their tarot readers, And you even could say make some questions about finances, about relationship, about spiritual path, whatever. And then they're going to give you questions and you can perform a reading, you can create a reading, you can do a reading for them. I would recommend that. I think just as tarot and so many other tools, AI is something that we have to know how to use it and take advantage of the tool. And I think that's a very interesting way to use AI to help us on our tarot practice, right? So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, if you want to have more content and stay in touch, please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love.